Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to crochet a basic wind spinner. You'll find 4 of these wind spinner patterns on my blog, one for each season. And these are really super easy projects, ideal for beginners, and they make wonderful gifts. All you need is some scrap yarn in worsted or Aran weight. Look for some coordinating colors that match together nicely. Then we'll need a 4.5mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, and a pair of scissors. If you'd like the written versions of these patterns, you'll get them for free on my blog. I'll leave the links below here. You can also grab the PDF printable versions that you can print and keep with you. These are all available on my blog shop or in my Etsy or Ravelry store. So to start, decide which of these colors you'd like to have on the inside of the wind spinner, and then which ones you'd prefer to have on the next rows. So this wind spinner is worked in rows, and you want to start with the color that you have the least amount of yarn for. You could also add some embellishments. Here I added some beads in between. You could also add these embellishments at the bottom of the wind spinner. I add tassels or, you know, a little amigurumi or something at the bottom. If you see my pumpkin wind spinner, you'll find there's a nice amigurumi pumpkin at the bottom and a witch hat. You know, anything that will give it some weight at the bottom to keep it, you know, nicely shaped and make it easier for it to spin. So for this particular wind spinner, I will start with this light baby pink color. If you'd like to use these exact same colors, this is an acrylic yarn from Paintbox Yarns. It comes in a 5-color pack by Kate Eastwood. There's also a beige that I haven't included in this wind spinner here, but I'll leave the link to that below as well. So the first thing we want to do is grab our center color yarn. So we're leaving a long tail because we're going to use this to actually hang up the wind spinner in the end. So leave about 10 inches or so, and then start your slip knot. Okay, attach your yarn like this to your hook and start chaining. And the number of chains really doesn't matter much. It just depends on how long you want your wind spinner to be. I would say something between, you know, 35 would be a short one, all the way up to 80 would make you a nice long wind spinner. So just start chaining like this to the number of chains that you prefer. So just have a look after you've chained and see how long you want your wind spinner to be. And I'll make about, I don't know, I'll make a short one for this tutorial, so I'll chain about 35. So keep chaining, pause the video, and come back when you're done. All right, so now I've chained 40. I ended up chaining 40 for this one. And what you want to do now is look for the second chain on your hook here and work a single crochet, just like that. And then just continue to work single crochet along this chain. Okay, you just want to grab the top strand here, like that. Insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through both loops, okay? Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And just continue to single crochet all along the chain till you get back to the top of your wind spinner. Okay, so pause the video and I'll see you when I'm at the end of this chain. All right, so here I'm coming to my last chain stitch. Okay, so I'm done with this row and it will look something like that. Okay, so then I just pull up my yarn and I leave about 4 inches and cut it off. Okay, and just pull that through like this. All right, so now we want to start row 3. And for that, I'm going to use this darker shade of pink. Leave about a 4-inch tail, and you want to attach it to the last single crochet of row 2. Okay, so just insert your hook in the last stitch, leave a short tail, and pull it through, and chain 2. Okay, so now we have a chain 2 here. Turn your work, and then work a double crochet into the same stitch right here. All right, so you have a chain 2 and a double crochet in that very first stitch. You could work over this tail if you like. I think I will do that. I will just hold it like that to the back of my work, and we now work in the next stitch, and we want to work 2 double crochets into each stitch along. So work another double crochet in this stitch, and just continue like that with 2 double crochets into each stitch till you get to the end of the row. So now you'll have double the number of stitches in this row as you had here. So if you started, let's say, with 50, you'll have 100 stitches on row 3. All right, so you can pause the video here, continue this row, and I'll meet you right at the end. Okay, so now I'm coming to the last couple of stitches here for this row. And what we want to do, don't miss this last one, okay? Oh. Doesn't want to come. There we go. Do 2 double crochet in that last one, and then we are done with this row. So once again, we'll leave a 4-inch tail and cut our yarn. Pull it through, and that's it. Okay. So that's the end of row 3. So you'll notice that your spinner is already starting to curl, not perfectly, but don't worry about that. We'll sort it out later. So now we want to start again at the top of the wind spinner, which is where you left that very long strand. And we'll pick the next color and attach it to the first stitch here. Leave a little bit of a tail and chain 2. Okay, now the same method will be used again for this row. So you'll work another double crochet into that first stitch, and then you'll work 2 double crochets in each stitch along. Okay, so exactly the same as row 3. We'll just continue, and now we're doubling the number of stitches again. So if you started with 50, this one will be 100, and this one will be 200 stitches, right? So 100 twice will make 200 stitches. So just keep going, 2 double crochet in each stitch. All right, it'll look like this. Keep going along, and I'll see you when you get to the end of this row. All right, so now I'm coming to my very last stitch of this row. I'm working my last 2 double crochets in here. All right, and I'm sure you've noticed that your spinner is now really starting to curl. Okay, if it doesn't look like it's curling properly, don't worry about that. We'll fix that in the end. So once again, we're going to leave a tail and cut our yarn and pull it through. Okay, so here we go. We have our 3 colors. You could essentially just stop here and call it a day, but I would like to add a little bit of green on the edge here. so I'll continue one more row. So once again, we're starting at the top of our wind spinner where we have this long tail, okay? And we are joining our last color. So here we go, this is the top. We'll join our last color to the first stitch of the previous row, like this. And this time we're only chaining one, okay? So what we're doing here, I'm going to work over this tail now. And we are simply single crocheting along each stitch. You want to make sure that you're working quite loosely here, because if you crochet too tightly, it's going to distort the shape of your wind spinner. So just nice and loose, just work along each stitch here with one single crochet. Okay, so here you'll have the same number of stitches like the previous row. So just keep going, pause the video, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, so now I'm done with this row of single crochet here at the end. We're gonna leave a little tail, cut our yarn, and fasten off. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. What you want to do at this point is actually twirl it nicely, okay? So just fold it over itself like this, okay? Just twirl it around at the bottom. You want to keep these tails out of the way. And place every curl nicely under the previous one. Okay, try to get them more or less the same size. Oh, there we go. Like that. Okay, now this is the top. And this is what it would look like. You can then stretch it out. Alright, this is how it's going to be hanging. Can't really show you on the camera how it's hanging, but this is what it would look like. And then in the wind, it will start turning and twirling like that. It's really beautiful. Okay, and then to help it twirl, you do want to hang something at the bottom of it. So I've kept these tails so that I can use them to attach whatever it is I'm hanging at the bottom. For my Christmas wind spinner, I've added a bauble. You know, I actually have a bauble at the bottom and at the top. This is the pattern for the Christmas one. For summer, I put a sunflower at the bottom. You could just have a tassel if you like. And if you're not sure how to work tassels, you can watch this video over here, and I'll show you how I make my tassels. And if you'd like to give this wind spinner as a gift to somebody or sell it at a craft fair, I have these wind spinner tags that you can download from my blog. I'll also leave the link to those below. So that's it really for this beautiful project. Let me know how yours turns out, and leave me a comment below if you have any questions. And I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.